One of the scariest things about skincare in your 50s is that the procedures, the devices, the skincare that you've probably spent thousands of dollars on may be doing more harm than good. And I know that's a bold statement, but stick with me because by the end of this video, you're going to understand exactly why and what you can do to fix it. Hello, gorgeous girl. Welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, hi, I'm Tracy. I'm 51 years old. I'm a lover of all things skincare, wellness, fitness, beauty, fashion, and more. So if those are things that you love too, make sure to click on the subscribe button, and everyone tap on that little bell so you always know when I have a brand new video that goes live. So I am skincare obsessed. That is like the understatement of the year. I love skincare so much. I love testing and trying new products, new procedures, new skincare, and really just seeing what's the best and what's the worst, and of course, bringing it to you. But being 51, sometimes things start getting weird. So I actually have a personal experience of this. So about a month ago, when I would wash my face with a face wash that I've used before, and I would dry my face off, and then underneath my eyes was so red and irritated and puffy, and the fine lines that I have underneath my eyes were not looking so fine. They were looking like deep, dark, red wrinkles, quite the opposite of the look that I was going for. So of course I did what anyone would do. Okay, what have I changed? And I do have my suspicions. I was using the same face wash that I've used for some time with zero problem, wasn't doing anything crazy or weird. But there was one thing that I did, which was a product that I had been testing and using for about 2 months, and I started running out of it. So I put it in my hand and put it all over my face. And most of my skincare, I will put all over my face, but I think I just overdid it and my skin was not happy about it at all. Now, I don't know if that's also the case. The other thing was I was getting like red and itchy inside of my eyes. So then I was like, well, maybe this is just an allergic reaction. My mother definitely gets this as well, so it could be genetic. And I know that I have seasonal allergies anyway. So there were just so many weird things happening, but I was not happy about it. So whether it was an allergy, a reaction, or something related to a product, I honestly don't even know. But it really opened my eyes to make me think a lot harder about what really happens to our skin in our 50s. If you're in perimenopause or menopause like me, our skin really starts changing quickly. And I talk about this a lot on my channel. Our estrogen starts declining. So things just start getting really weird, really strange, really different, really quickly. So estrogen is responsible for keeping our skin thick, for keeping it plump, for keeping it resilient. And as it starts slowing down, our skin gets thinner, our lipid production slows down, our cell turnover slows down, and our skin actually becomes much more permeable, which is why products that maybe you used when you were 38 or 45 might suddenly be saying, oh, no, girl, no. So one thing that I just don't think that we talk about enough is the health of our skin barrier. When our skin barrier gets compromised, and unfortunately this is a very, very common thing, especially for women in our 50s and beyond, it's really hard to repair, and you cannot do the same things that you were doing before because your skin is going to start shouting loudly. So there's a few things that I did during this period to really calm my skin down. I'm going to talk about all of it in detail in just a second, but with my eyes specifically, I started using something that actually really helps the skin barrier on the sensitive area around your eyes. So I started incorporating Timeline Skincare's eye cream, and it's powered by Mitopure. Most skincare just works on the surface, which is cute, but it's not going to really get you the results that you want. But Timeline works at the cellular level. Mitopure is a clinically validated proprietary form of urolithin A, and that's an ingredient that's backed by decades of mitochondrial research. So what it actually does is it supports our cells' ability to repair and renew themselves. And I'm telling you, when this was happening to my eyes, that was exactly what I was looking for. So if you're like me and you're in your 50s, that cellular renewal and production is already slowing down. So this is why an ingredient like this is definitely something worth looking into. Their eye cream is specifically formulated to address everything that's happening in your delicate eye area, from fine lines, wrinkles, puffiness, dark circles. But here's where it gets really, really interesting. While actually fortifying your skin's barrier by 20%. That's huge. It's fragrance-free, easy to use on sensitive eyes like mine, and it's dermatologist approved. And I also just love that it's built on real clinical science. Obviously, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a scientist, but I love geeking out on data and research, and they really have it to back this up. So if you want to check out Timeline, check out the link in my description box. And of course, I'll leave everything I'm talking about today pinned as the top comment. Here's why I think so many of us, especially if you're over 45, why we get caught in this trap, right? We know that we need to be using actives, vitamin C, retinol, we need to exfoliate. We want to help to encourage that cell turnover. And these are the things that start slowing down as we age. But those can, at times, be precisely the ingredients, even though they're great ingredients, that can be causing problems for us, especially when your barrier is compromised. So bottom line here is adding more products doesn't mean it's better. In fact, it can be causing the problems and making them even worse. Your eye area specifically is one of the most sensitive areas. The first time I have actually pretty resilient skin, and I kind of always have, but I do remember even being in my early 30s, and once I had like some red bumps under my eyes, and I was like, what did I do? What did I use? Kind of going through the laundry list. And I realized that I had been using a vitamin C serum. And I think I actually put some on my eyes. I wasn't thinking about it. And I immediately had a reaction. And that was like 20 years ago. I think this is actually one of the most important parts of the conversation that we're going to have today. And that is actually misreading your symptoms. So if you have something like puffy eyes, you might think that you need to use a depuffing device or do something like using a depuffing eye cream, or maybe like really going in and moisturizing and massaging your eyes, right? But if you're already compromised and if you're already in reaction, even though those things with normal, healthy skin can really help, if you're in a reactive state, they could be causing more harm than good. If your skin is stingy, if it's itchy, we think, okay, we need to slather on the moisturizer, right? But if your moisturizer has even a little bit of fragrance, that could be causing more harm. Or if you're seeing more wrinkles, and that was one of my symptoms. I was like, what is going on? Did I get like extra wrinkles overnight? But if I put on retinol or something like that to help to like decrease those fine lines, that would have made my skin so much more worse. So what I'm trying to say here is we have to really check in, and this is why I always talk about intuitive skincare, with how our skin is feeling and what does it actually need. Sometimes it actually needs less, and that's what's going to calm the skin down. So if your skin is feeling reactive, it's really best to strip things back and go super, super minimal. A really gentle cleanser, something that doesn't have fragrance, something that doesn't have actives in it, that's really, really basic. And for now, if your skin is reactive, you want to pause those actives like a retinol or a vitamin C, the things that can, and they're supposed to, increase that cell turnover and really activate the skin. That's why they're called actives. You want to pause on those for now. It doesn't mean forever, but just until your skin really calms down. And then when you do start reintroducing products, do one product at a time. So, using something like a barrier cream, something really, really simple and moisturizing. I was using Sickle-Fate all over my face here, and I'll leave that link down below. And just like a thick, thick barrier cream, and then that eye cream, which I knew was not going to irritate my eyes. And those two together, that was it. And I did that for about 5 to 6 days until my skin felt clear. Then I've started incrementally introducing products back in and just noticing if I'm having any reactions. And fingers crossed, so far I'm not. But again, if you've had a sensitive time, patch test things, Even if it's something that you've used for 5 years, it's still a good idea to do a little patch test to see if you have reaction. And frequency matters. It's just like exercise at this stage of life. More doesn't always equal better. So for instance, your retinol, I would say 3 times a week when your skin isn't reactive. Maybe 4, depends, right? Depends on your skin, and only you know your skin. but you don't need to do it every single day because again, barrier, that is key. And really pay attention to how your skin feels, not only just in the moment while you're putting it on, but notice how you feel the next morning. You know, what might work for me might not work for you. What works for your best friend might not be something that your skin can tolerate. So it's really, really important that you check for signs of irritation, redness, or your skin just kind of talking to you and being like, no, this isn't for me. So as much as I am skincare obsessed, sometimes taking really good care of your skin means actually doing less. And that doesn't equate to laziness or that you're like somehow falling behind. It just means that you have to listen to your skin, follow your intuition, and really check for those signs of irritation, redness, or that your barrier is compromised. And of course, if you're having a strong reaction, go to your dermatologist, please. Let the pros do the work here, right? So I hope that you found this helpful, informative. You know, I feel like it's something that we as women don't really talk about enough because sometimes, I don't know if you're like me, it's like sometimes almost like a little bit embarrassing to be like, what's going on? Like, why is this weird stuff happening in my skin when this worked for me 2 weeks ago? Like, what's happening? But that's just the stage of life that we're in. And again, that's why I always share my age. That's why I always have these conversations with you because it's not something to be embarrassed about. And we have to have these conversations, you know, with our friends, with ourselves as a community. So let me know if you also have been experiencing any of these things and what you found useful or helpful in this video. Definitely let me know down below in the comments. If you haven't already, please do consider subscribing. And if you want to keep hanging with me here on YouTube, check out this video next, and I'll see you there.